Jesus. Hello, everybody. 5 o'clock show came fast.
We get it, Gavin.
Yeah. I mean, it's this. I'm not used to it yet. From the East Coast, starting at 8 o'clock, and now here, starting at 5 o'clock.
I'm the first one to get pooped out in the after show now because I'm in Central Time.
My Lord, Jesus. Anyway, how's everyone? Hope everyone's okay. Fantastic out there. At least try. Fake it till you make it type of thing. Here in the midst of retrograde, allow yourself time beforehand and afterhand, just in case you are late or in case you are delayed for things. I have found that is a very important thing to keep in mind. Also, if you're going to send a message to someone, read it first, then send it. And if you're going to say something, think about it first, and then say it.
Make sure it goes.
Because, we are in the midst of misunderstandings and miscommunications. And so just, keep it cute.
I think there's more than Mercury retrograde. I think there's like 4 or 5.
There's 6 planets retrograde right now at the same time. So it's very disrespectful. So just make sure that you, keep a focus, and also be careful of the words you say to yourself. No, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm this, because if somebody else said it about you on the outside, then you'd be doing 5 to 10 right now. So just, be calm, give yourself a little extra leeway to mess something up and have to redo it. It's happening.
Watch your electronics too, back up your computers and everything else, because it rules the electronics. I have had issues with my work computer all week.
You had issues trying to do your live the other night. You had to start a new live.
3 times because it wouldn't go live. And then my work computer is just all sorts of messed up. And I'm like, I do not feel like turning this thing in and getting a new one. So I'm just like knocking on wood. It'll fix itself after Mercury decides what it's doing. So
I tried to log in to an app today, and it blinked and then went away. And then blinked and then went away. And I'm like, what is that? I turned the phone off, turned it back on, and still did the same thing. I'm like, forget it.
Remember to back up your computer, your iPad, your phone, whatever electronic devices you have, back it up to the cloud. So if anything happens, you don't lose all your stuff. And that's just cautionary.
My computer screen, I turned it off. And usually when you turn the computer off, I turned the computer off first, and then the computer screen was still on. And then thing usually bounce around, tells you there's no connection, that type of thing. No, this time half the screen was black and the other half was white. But it wasn't just like plain white. It was white like somebody took and did like claw marks on it too.
Maybe you have a spirit cat messing with it.
Hey, what is happening? Turned it off, turned it back on, it was fine. Okay. Retrograde, I suppose. Anyway, so you got anything coming up, Jen, you want to talk about?
Just if you want to book a reading with me, go to jenlintarot.com. I've got openings in October. We'll be live on my channel next week, and then I'm off to the Catskills. And for those that missed it, I did a video Tuesday night with Mel on his channel. You can check it out.
Who will also be in
quick, fast reads.
How many of y'all going? Is just you, him, and Linda?
Uh-huh.
That'd be fun.
Sedona's sold out for next year already. We haven't done anything with the Catskills yet. We want to check it out and see if we like it or not before we schedule something in the Catskills again.
It's pretty from the stuff that I saw in September in New York. Can't beat that.
I wish I had tacked on some extra days to go into the city because I miss New York. I lived most of my adult life in the New York area.
Maybe y'all have you probably won't have free time because y'all out there. Like I said, it's not vacation. You're going to work, but take a short train ride or car ride somewhere. Might be able to. Becca, what about you? Anything?
Nothing. I'll try to go on later this week for some more grand tableaus. And I'll be popping in and out tonight because Peanut's hungry and I'm making dinner. So if my screen goes black, where's Becca? Don't ask. I'm just over there in the kitchen, and I'm downstairs today. And I will apologize in advance. Peanut's upstairs watching football, so if you hear cursing and yelling and screaming, that's what's going on upstairs, and that's all I got.
If you didn't see Becca's grand tableau on the Judge Cannon, that's a do not miss one. You did 2 last week, so check out both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Cornucopia. That's what it is. For me, I'll be live tomorrow at 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8.
I don't know what's going on, but this keeps falling out. The devil in the tower. I'm splitting them up, putting them back in here. Maybe it's referring to the kittens. I got little Roro right here, and the other 2 were probably tearing something up in the other room.
Psychicat.com. She knows to stay out of the fray, especially with the 2 mouse catchers on the loose somewhere in the house.
I have a new toy for him that's a little stuffed cricket, and when you hit it, it makes a chirpy noise, and it's like, oh my god, I have to take it away from him in the middle of the night. I can't sleep. It's like, give me that toy.
Well, tomorrow is National Pirate Day. So in the spirit and the vein of all that is petty, we shall start with the U.S.'s very own pirate, one-eyed, I blew my own face off, Stuart Rose. Elmer, I don't know why he don't like his name, but his name is Elmer. Elmer Rhodes, will he request, or has he requested, but will he request and be granted a special master in his case as well?
One-eyed Stewie.
Tunnel digging, one-eyed Stewie Rhodes.
I was laughing with Johnny in the pre-show. I said, yeah, why does he want a special master? He doesn't have top secret documents. And then I was like, well, maybe he does. Down in his tunnel somewhere.
Did he dig Ivana's grave? He knows how to get secret compartments in the places.
I'm telling you, they all better get him as a soulmate if they want to tunnel out. One-eyed Stewie Rhodes.
Oh, you read he was denied one already? Well, what do you need a special master for? Will he be granted?
Go through all those text messages and emails.
Let's see.
It's trying to work out all the details and everything. He's going to be making license plates. He is just going to be he's going to jail. Well, he's already in jail, but he'll spend a lot of time there. He's like-minded like Trump. So, let me get somebody else to work on my case. I have things, that they shouldn't know about, murky things, and it should be viewed. And I get the court is going to send a loud message to him and everybody in his network. So all the Oath Creepers and anybody else he communicated with, it's like, strengthen the court. No, you need to get a little different perspective on this. That's not what you're here for. Yeah, he's not going to get away with it. Wake up, son. You are not getting a special master.
I'll go for it.
He's gonna be walking the plank.
I got Justice first card. So he is asking for some sort of leniency, one would think. But there's the Two of Pentacles and Two of Wands. No, there's a balance issue, and there's something else going on. For you, you got a whole lot more problems that are actually just starting. So this is not over anytime soon. You got a couple things that you got other things. I mean, I get it. You know, you want the crutch. I totally get it.
Okay, John needs to be in timeout. He's a little short-sighted. You go to the cornfields, John.
I mean, the Two of Wands is the planning. The person who should have a vision just don't know exactly how to act on it. But the Two of Pentacles is saying no, just no, because you this is just your problems are compounding, and I get it. You want some leniency, but that's not going to happen right now. So, no, sir.
Get a
I was
little
going to say
vision
something
with your good eye.
I got the anchor and the clouds. That decision has already been established. No.
Okay. Now, speaking of, since we're on the subject of Special Master, I got a few of them. Those Christians. Let's see, where to even start? So he wants to talk to Trump's lawyers. What about? Guess we could start there.
How stupid do you think I am? I'm not saying they're top secret documents. I'm not saying they're not.
Because he was hand chosen by them, but he was also at the same time sort of approved and okayed by the DOJ too. So what's going on there? How did both Trump's side and the DOJ agree on one thing? So what does he want to talk to them about?
To you new subscribers, we have the Petty Boots Club on these Sunday nights, so you either get petty or don't watch.
There are plenty of things on.
The special master is Deary, Judge Deary. Somebody in chat asking. They're saying he'll be really good at explaining to Judge Cannon how the law works.
That's I mean,
somebody needs
going that way with this here. I mean, but isn't she barely a lawyer, let alone a judge?
Yes. Well, he's going to talk about, we're going to do this quick, because he gets it with top secret stuff and national security. We're going to do this quick, so none of those delaying tactics or anything, or not accepting what I say. What I say is, the authority. So give it up, Trump. He's going to kind of lay the rules down and how he's going to go through all this paperwork, reviewing the documents, those that he will agree to seeing them also, because they're very sensitive. He's also showing that he'll be very steady and fair, and um, he's anxious about defending our country and defending the law and everything. So I get, like he's not going to tolerate bullies. He's just not going to go there. He's very concerned about security, our country's security, and everything. And the buck stops here. Basically, is what I'm getting. Like, my decision is going to be the decision. You can't go appealing it 20 zillion times.
I get 4 Pentacles. So here we're talking about those sort of like classified documents, something held close that was not supposed to be released. There's something to hear about, because I get Judgment, Hangman, the Emperor, the World, Magician, almost like a course or an explanation upon power and influence and what can and can't happen and should and shouldn't happen and is and isn't legal. There is the Judgment here, the Emperor, that would be him, person in power.
Look at all the major arcana coming out.
And then there's the Magician there too. And then the Hangman there too. And the World there too. Out of 6 cards, 5 of them were major. So this is like flashing lights. Like, I need you to understand what can and can't happen right here. What isn't a thing. Because they know, well, Trump knows what he did, but the people around him are always the ones are kind of left holding the crap bag, and so
intentionally on his part.
Yes. And it's like they stand there with, I get this image of like people standing there with a bunch of papers saying, oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that? And so it's like they're going to get rude awakenings and things, but it's kind of his fault.
But wait, I wanted ketchup on my burger so I could throw it against the wall, making every excuse under the sun.
But then again, this is Donald Trump. Don't you know this beforehand? So you have examples of this. You don't need to know fire is hot anymore. There's tons of people. Everybody on earth will tell you the same thing. You don't need to experience it. It's okay. Learn from example. So, but what I do want to know, as I'll use the Game of Thrones deck for this one, is he confident, Donald Trump, that he will be cleared of any charges related to the documents?
Is Trump confident?
Yes. That's kind of my way of saying, is this dreary guy or deary guy going to be soft on him?
I want to look at, will Deary be effective too?
That's my next question. But is Trump confident that he will be cleared? Not necessarily because of Deary, but just is he confident in his own Trumpian mind?
Their mind documents.
Because people can convince him of anything. Like, you remember when the Queen shook your hand? She knighted you.
In secret.
That's what that was. Say, oh my God. What a fool. Jesus. Okay.
And why he is the fool.
Yeah. Ivana, come get your husband. I met Melania. I actually did meet him.
Ivana, come get your husband. Take him to the other side. That wasn't a Freudian slip. Ex-husband.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, she can come get him and take him to where she is. I'd like it too.
She didn't want him. She didn't want him back. She got rid of him once. She didn't want him again.
I really did mean Lord Jesus.
Find another golf course to plant him on. He's going to have bodies planted on every golf course you watch. The one in Virginia, the one in New Jersey, down at Mar-a-Lago. He's going to plant people all over the place just to avoid
Oh,
taxes.
Lord, I can't stop now. Mm.
You just don't be walking down the stairs without hanging onto the banister around
You
any of
hold
the
on to it with two hands.
because he's got how many golf courses?
Don't sit on no windowsills either.
Wait, what was our question? Oh, just
Hold on 1 minute. Okay, is he confident in his mind that he will be cleared of charges related to the documents?
yeah, he had his group meeting in Virginia. I think it was called the Sterling Golf Course or something. So they were laughing on Twitter saying, "Oh, he's looking for a burial plot for Melania."
Over here, over there, and it's took 9 of them because it's going to take all 8 of them besides him to carry the caskets.
One-eyed Skewy Rhodes is going to be guaranteed a job when he gets out of jail. Oh my God, these people!
Oh, Ivana, come get your husband, girl. Okay. Don't show him the light. He needs some help.
Yes. First card, and he, on the bottom, he thinks he's going to get to calmer waters. So yes, he is very confident. But his word of warning. His challenge is somebody may block him.
Yeah.
He's very confident that he'll be successful and get away with it. And I get like one of his female lawyers has told him about the plans, to get away with this. So he's confident.
There is some woman there, but there might be some kind of, well, of course there's some sort of blockage. Something's in the way. This is not over and done with. And which may be interesting in this card too. It's like there's one person with the sword and there's one person with a wooden sword that might be your Donald Trump right there. Like, I'll take everybody on with my wooden sword, but he's confident because he thinks he has somebody in the back here. The
He's
lovers
like
and the 3 of Pentacles.
He's a play pirate. When you're little, you have to play toys.
His eye patches is like his father's old underwear, and it's just like crooked and covering one eye. Oh Lord, bad image. Special Master, would he be soft on Donald Trump? Should he act in this case?
He was appointed by Reagan, so he's been a judge a long time. By Republicans, but he used to work a lot with classified documents and things.
And he was, if I'm not mistaken, somebody said it on MSNBC. He was part of the, I don't want to say plot. What is the word? I'm going to say plot just for move the thing along. He's part of the plot that sent the documents for Carter Page to be indicted or something like that. He was part of the mechanism.
The FISA warrant.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Will the judge be soft, lenient, Donald Trump? Okay.
I'm getting something similar I got with Mel the other night. He's got choices and everything. I get that he's got to be very strong and look at things from both sides. It's almost like destiny that he was chosen. But there's something new getting ready to be birthed, so to speak. And I get something new getting ready to start, and I get it's unclear about whether he'll finish the work. He may be stopped or blocked by the appellate court. So but I have the Sun card here, which is a yes card for me. But I don't think it's a yes here. I think he's going to be very illuminating in how he speaks, and he's going to throw the devil off balance. So I don't think that's a yes card in this case. Thank you, Hope.
Becca, what'd you get?
I asked if he'll rule in favor of Trump. No. Nope. But I only pulled one card, so.
I get 2 of cups, 6 of swords. First two, there's like an agreement to, thank you, Margaret, to sort of move forward, although troubled. There's an agreement to move forward, which could just be where they are right now, because this is in the present. 6 of Cups and the King of Pentacles. There's something about the past, so they've known him. Thank you, Catherine. Something about him either in the past, this person here, or this could be maybe they think an ally. For the 6 of Cups is someone familiar. The 10 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups would be the happy family, the harmony, but then it meets the 9 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles, so there's worry about their, like, extreme worry about that. So it's almost like, well, I thought this was our guy, and then something changes. But in the word warning, though, never mind even all that, you have the Hangman. Something is caught up. Something is stuck or stagnant, or I don't say just full-blown stops, but the Hangman is like, we have to stop this, at least for right now, a stay, if you will. We have to stop this for right now to do some reassessment, because then you have the Fool and the 2 of Wands. So it's like something begins, but something has to stop first. And then plans go forward for something else, because the 2 of Wands only happens after new plans. And so something else comes out of this. When that Hangman presents itself, thank you, John, and that 2 of Wands follows, the 2 of Wands is saying whatever that new thing is now being thought about and planned and strategized and so forth and so forth. So something different is coming out of this, which kind of doesn't, I mean, it doesn't answer the question, but can we look at him maybe a different way? Does he, in his heart of hearts, maybe we can go behind the wall here, does he believe in the innocence of Donald Trump? Maybe we can ask that. You burning food, Lenny? You must have took my cooking class. That's what you did.
No, because of his looking back at the insurrection and everybody that he's worked with, and the fact that he couldn't just walk away when he lost. No. But he's going to do the work diligently. He's going to watch himself. Does he believe he's innocent? No.
No.
No. I get the King of Swords and the Fool. He sees him the way everybody else does too. Now, mind you, the innocence card is here with the 6 of cups. There's your innocence. There's the 2 of wands, and then there's the Hierophant. So it's almost like wisdom will say you have the chance to prove whether you are or not innocent. So it's like he'll be the person to give him the chance, but he knows what he's looking at though. So Trump is not tricking him. So
can we ask, will he prioritize the 100 top secret documents?
Hold on.
Thank you, Christy.
Can we back that up for a second? Because he can't even look at them without a clearance. And I'm not sure if he has the clearance. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like...
I think he'll get the clearance because DOJ chose him from front list, and he has worked with top secret things before. Thank you, Kathleen. But I'm curious, like, will he prioritize? I mean, all you have to do is look at the markings on them and see, they're top secret. You don't even have to read what's in them. You can see how they're marked and everything, labeled that they're top secret. Will he make them a priority, those 100 documents?
Because those are the ones that the DOJ or the FBI is trying to look at.
Yeah.
To assess
that may affect our
intelligence
national
community.
security. Those are the 100 that they're trying to get the stay on, also in the appellate court.
I still anyway, never mind.
So there's already groups banding together and writing letters and stuff to try to get Judge Cannon removed. What an idiot she was.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Kathleen. As well. I mean, oh man. Over and over and over and over and over again. Is it worth it? Was it worth it? Donald Trump is not worth it. I mean, I don't get it.
You're going to ruin your career for one man.
Who does literally nothing for you.
Yes, he got you appointed to the judge position, but now you're not going to be
And if you think about it, he didn't do it. He don't know who that woman is. Somebody else said, hey, Trump put her in place. She's one of us. So whoever was around him, because he's just a Sharpie, whoever was around him got you your job. And then he will let you fry because why not? Michael Cohen knows everything about him down to his DNA and blood type, and he still let him go. And y'all just lighten up. Lawyer.com. Okay. Go ahead.
I get, because those documents they're closed off to him. There's a new court that's carving them out. That's already made the decision. A new court decides, and it's cut off here. So,
I think, it goes back to that. I think the appellate court's going to intervene on that. But I get he's quite anxious about those 100 documents that were stolen by the celebrity. He has knowledge about how secret documents are handled. And I think he would have supported pulling those in. But I don't think he's going to get the chance, to your point, Becca, because somebody's going to interrupt this and put it into protection somewhere else. I think it'll be taken out of his hands.
I get it. Again, there's something here, classified documents, 4 Pentacles. For those taking the tarot class, this is what I was talking about when I talked about programming. If it pops up multiple times for the same thing, that's your new card for whatever. There is no classified documents card, but this is my new one. For the 4 Pentacles is something you hold close to the chest. Everybody doesn't see. That has the Hangman. So something gets caught up with that. Something is missing or lacking or not there or we can't do with the 5 of Pentacles. And then you have Justice. Thank you, Uma. Then you have Justice and the 9 of Swords. So there's like some worry that this can even be done. Well, there's something different happening. Mind you, change is coming with the Wheel of Fortune. It takes its time. because the Wheel of Fortune is not something you can speed up nor slow down because it's the wheel of life. And so you can't age fast. Well, you age faster, physically, but you can't be 23 just because you want to be 23 when you're 21. So you can't speed up the wheel of time. So just kind of like in the courts, they take their in particular time. This is going to take 4 to 6 weeks. It's going to take 4 to 6 weeks. It's not going to be done in 3 days, type of thing. So it's going to take its time, but yeah, something is still changing there.
Should we look at the appellate court? Because they're meeting, they told Trump he has till Tuesday to respond. They jumped on it this weekend on a Saturday. DOJ presented it Friday night, and by Saturday they said, okay, Trump, you have to respond by noon on Tuesday. We're going to make a decision about this.
Doing things on Friday night is a bit of a trollish behavior. I kind of like that. So
like just ruined his weekend, I'm sure. Yeah, he was up in Ohio doing a rally, and everybody's talking about how just god awful it was.
Okay, what was the question, though?
The appellate court, will they decide for the DOJ and put a stay?
Thank you, Karen, for posting the questions.
Yeah, they're looking at this right now, and they're also looking at, this is, you reap what you sow. So if you want the government to stand for what the government stands for, you have to make legal rulings that are sound and everything. So I get good news on that. After you said that this is your secret documents, it showed up for me. The stolen secret documents. I get they're going to move very, very quickly. And, this is legacy work. This is what we do with documents. They belong to the government. So I get the judgment that DOJ will be victorious on it. Puts an end to everything. What you guys getting?
I asked if the appellate court will rule in favor of Trump. I get a no. It gets taken away. Something is stolen. No.
I get Temperance is the first card. And the Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Swords, the thing that's changing brings defeat. And the Devil and the Page of Pentacles, so the corrupted documents there. He's trying to gain favor. Donald Trump is. This is defeated. Which, do you have another question on that?
On the appellate?
On the follow, I have a follow-up question.
I guess, will Trump take it? Will he appeal the appeal? Like, will he try to get it to the Supreme Court?
That goes to my other question. Like, what is his next move? If he is defeated, what is his next move?
Yeah, will he take it to the Supreme Court? just think it's funny that Cannon like said in her written thing that she didn't know if they were top secret or not or whatever, just and that she had to give benefit of the doubt to Trump or whatever. I'm like, she was saying basically just because DOJ says they are doesn't mean they are. And I'm like, woman, you work for the DOJ.
The Department of Justice.
You took an oath with the Department of Justice. It's like,
Meanwhile, let's hit the rewind button, go all the way back. Why would the FBI raid his hotel if what they were going to get was not important? They didn't go to get a chocolate cake recipe. They went to get documents he was not supposed to have in a place he was not supposed to have them. So, like, the conversation should, to me, is even over at that point. Lock him up and throw away the key. For God's sakes. Anyway. You got a mattress at your house and all your money is underneath it. So you go to the bank and steal all their money and put it under there too, but then you take your money and put that in the bank. It's the bank is not supposed to come get his money. Oh, I didn't know that wasn't mine.
you know, I think we have to go back to the days where every time we pulled the devil, you had to take a shot. Y'all start your drinking game again, because what the devil stole and all the details of it, he's about to crash and burn over this. He thinks that if he gets it in front of someone that he's got a connection with, so like a Thomas or somebody, and also a woman, he thinks that he could get support in a higher court. Yes, absolutely. He thinks that he could get it through the Supreme Court. He's going to get the crap burdened out of him. I don't get that they would rule in his favor either.
Will he try to take it there? Yes, there's a woman that he thinks is very favorable to him. However, it doesn't work in his favor with the crossroads there. It's not a win. It's indecision. They don't care. So they may not even hear it.
Yeah.
Because right
just
here,
a delay tactic.
It's open-ended, open for options. So it's like they may not even hear it. He'll try to, but they may not even.
I get the 8 of Cups in the world, so he is going to be forced to walk away from something because it's complete, it's done, it's over, at least that leg of it. And there is some loss and regret, 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, also numbers of conflict. So he's got some loss and some regret, some things he no longer has, but he needed. Now here with the 6 of Wands, the Star, there is someone that he deems is very important. These are both my center of attention cards. He thinks this person is going to help him, or sort of maybe even deem him innocent. With the 6 of Cups comes back. This person's very small in their power, though. And word of warning is the 3 of Swords. So there's some betrayal here. Or at the very least, if it's not like sabotage type betrayal, it could be failure type betrayal, to where you couldn't do the one thing I really needed you to do, therefore I feel this kind of way. I feel the loss with the 5 of Cups and the regret and all that. In your word of solace, God answers all prayers, sometimes answers no. There is the 7 of Cups, so some confusion, not quite sure what to do, but there is a scheme cooking with the 7 of Swords, and maybe that's him speaking to all his MAGA hats. So it's got a scheme cooking. So we shall see. But I didn't get another court. I just get talking to the people first. So that does lead me to another question. September the 24th. They are planning a truth rally where they're going to have some speakers come in, like the guy from the local chicken feed store and the tractor trailer guy from the John Deere Corporation. Like, they have weird looking people that just look like their Facebook pictures with old hats on and all. So it doesn't look like, you know, his celebrity friends that got glamour shots.
So a truth rally to speak lies.
Yes. What I want to know is, are they cooking up, for entertainment purposes only, are they cooking up another riot type thing, basically? Because they're calling it the Truth Rally because of the Jan 6, and they're sort of supporting their Jan 6 victims.
He's already said that if he gets indicted, that they'll regret it. So he's already telling Oath Creepers and Peanut Butter Boys, basically, stand back and stand by.
Mhm.
Let's see if I can get some more people killed in my name.
There's that good old devil. What you know. Well, then if you flip out, I'll leave you out there. I think that's the end of my reading, though, isn't it? Okay.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. It's like he's trying to stir people up. This is his legacy. This is what he does, and he's greedy and sneaking around trying to gaslight everybody. He's working on all the details of it. I get absolutely yes. He wants to do something against the government or the courts or something. What I feel like it's going to happen is he's going to get himself trapped in a pickle, because I think they're going to try to do something quicker to bring an end to his reign of terror, so to speak. So there's going to be a light shown on this, and I think they may speed up indictments or something.
It's like, dude, you do realize you're already under a bunch of federal criminal investigations for the last one. You're going to do it again?
Yeah.
I get, depending on which way the courts decide the results of the courts, if they're not satisfied with it, yes. It all hinges around courts and legal cases.
Devil talking, 8 of Wands, media, the world, dog whistles. That's basically what it is. Hey, be here just in case some crap goes down, and then we can throw chairs and break the law. Because, mind you, it's not like we have an example of this going bad.
But
go ahead.
But don't worry, when I become president, I'll pardon all of you.
He's never. They can never give him the chance to turn himself in when they indict him. Like Bannon, they let him turn himself in. They can't do that with Trump, because he's gonna get his little army around him.
He's already threatened on that recent interview that he did. He threatened again. Oh, it'll be the likes of nothing we've ever seen. America won't stand for it. Oh, I will most definitely not stand. My ass will be on that couch drinking champagne, laughing. You get perp walk. So just saying.
If they have to get the National Guard or somebody to go get him out to indict him, I hope it's all over TV.
And see, that's the other thing. If you're going to imitate, because everybody there with the finger salute when they were doing, the little Nazis -4, I guess. Okay, whatever. If you're going to imitate, you need to learn what you're imitating. You do not have that kind of dedication and fervor of a Nazi. You just don't. These people are doing this on their off days. You don't have that kind of dedication like a Nazi, first of all. Second of all it took to disperse that crowd was tear gas. It took a whole war to kill Nazis. Tear gas. That's all it took to get rid of all of you. And then y'all went home crying because the not Secret Service, but the National Guard hit you with tear gas.
And I think they were very controlled in the first one. That the fact they only shot one person and killed her,
and she jumped through a window.
Yeah, and I will not cry over that woman,
Oh, hell no.
that's stupid enough to get in there and get shot. But I don't think they would be very lenient
And
if there
she
was
said,
a second one.
and she was a veteran. She should have
Mhm.
freaking known better because they drill that shit into your. Sorry, pardon my French, Johnny, but they drill that into your head.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a veteran. And that's not even counting active duty military that was there, active duty police officers that were. They should know better. Do I feel sorry for them? Nope. Nope.
Because
So
what were you there for?
All that happened January 6th, and those fools are still sitting in prison. And you think it's going to be a good idea to do that again? By all means, go ahead. Go ahead. That's less idiots on the streets. Like,
Mhm.
So Lucy comes up here on the table, and little devil in training Becca Bellatrix is right on her tail coming up here, and she is always up her butt.
She's following the smack.
Oh my God, she can't let Lucy go 2 steps without following her somewhere.
So I have 2 more sort of Trump-centered questions. And I understand because people say, oh, I'm so tired of hearing about Trump. Yeah, but if he stays out the news, he'll stay off this channel. So it doesn't quite happen that way because we want to know, especially since here in America, it affects me that you stole all my secrets. So, Anyway, he had to pay $3 million up front to a lawyer by the name of Chris Keiss, I believe is his name. Why?
Which, by the way, they're already saying won't be able to get security clearance to review any of the documents because he was registered as a foreign agent working for the dictator down in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
$3 million up front.
Did the lawyer say you never pay people, or is this like just his retainer, or what? Why did he pay him that much money up front?
That's right.
That's very
For somebody that can't even get security clearance. Well, if he worked for the dictator in Venezuela, he's got to have some issues. He wants him to do something sneaky and manipulative that is basically treasonous in his work for him. So, and I also get that this lawyer has watched Trump before, and he knows that he's unbalanced with money. Like he blocks people from getting any money. So he wanted it up front. He knows he's a loser and won't let go of his money. He's the miser.
Page of Swords, magician, liar, big time liar, and the Eight of Pentacles, Hierophant, pay for my work. Like you have to pay for my wisdom. He knows he's not going to get it otherwise. And so the second part of that question is who paid that money? Did Donald Trump for himself pay it, or did the RNC pay it?
Or did he take it out of his America First?
Yeah, not the campaign,
which is being investigated.
Who paid the $3 million? Because they own that lawyer, not Donald Trump at that point.
I have a question too after we finish with Trump, but related.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I get it's a supporter of Trump's. Shifted the money around. Or supporters, like all the supporters. So I think it came out of that campaign finance stuff. We're going to hear about it, though, like how this happened, because I get there's a trap in that, too. So he's going to go right into more legal troubles over it.
Because I don't get people. Well, I don't get a person, I should say, because actually what I'm looking for was, did he pay for it? And there's the 10 of Wands, whoever it is, he's causing a lot of burden to. There's the Knight of Wands. They're sort of taking control of maybe this legal situation, or his burdens, I should say. With the 10 of Wands, they're taking control. They're footing the bill or carrying the burden for whatever it is he's bringing along. The Knight of Cups and the 4 of Wands. They also want to be seen as sort of his salvation as well. In the Ace of Swords. So they're the ones who are doing it. He's not paying for it, is basically what I'm looking for. He didn't pay for it. Somebody else did. So, but they're going to be carrying the weight of a lot of burdens for him going forward, too. Now, what was your other question?
Mark Meadows said that he thought all the boxes were newspaper clippings, all the boxes with top secret confidential information. He had testified that Trump was packing up newspaper clippings of his time in office, and sure, no problem, take those, whatever. You're not supposed to take anything. It's all supposed to go to the Library of Congress. But Meadows said that he thought they were newspaper clippings. Did he really think they were just newspaper clippings?
When the last time he seen Donald Trump reading anything except maybe the back of his Coca-Cola can? But oh, Lord have mercy.
And my tarot cat's back.
What did you think was in those boxes? Did you really know? What?
Because I would imagine he was in some of those meetings where Trump stole documents from the meetings. If I was Mark Meadows, I'd be hanging out in my trailer down in North Carolina, hiding out.
I'd be in the Arctic somewhere.
So dinner's done, so I won't be popping in and out anymore. Sorry about that. I get a yes. I get who knew that it was moved and transferred, and yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if he helped because the dog is here. A helper, a guide, an employee. There's your transfer and your move. So yes, he knew.
Thank you, Letitia. Yeah, it's something different from what he is saying. I get that he actually argued with him and may have tried to block him from taking him, but Trump was a bully and like, no, wanting his way and stuff. But I get, yes, he had authority. He certainly knew. He knew that these belonged to the government. He knew. He's in trouble.
I had to ask again because it answered something else. Thank you, Ampish. I guess to answer the question, just as Ace of Pentacles. But I get 4 swords, 3 of Pentacles. Doesn't he have to go talk to the Jan 6 thing too?
The grand jury. He's subpoenaed by the grand jury. So
I get the 4 of swords, the 3 of Pentacles. There's some sort of collaboration he had that he tried to back away from a very powerful person with a lot of influence and a lot of money as well. But he's going to be defending against a very heavy burden from another little group of people too, though.
Johnny, they were just saying, I saw it the other day on Twitter, that he's been cooperating with DOJ.
So here's my question too, because I wrote this one down too. Why? Why is he not being obstructionist like Bannon and everybody else? Because all the people who obstructed, like the Lewandowskis, they didn't all get in trouble. Bannon did because they needed him to cooperate. But everybody who thumbed their nose at the law didn't get in trouble. Why is he cooperating instead of stalling like the rest of them?
He's cooperating, but he's also not being completely truthful.
Mm-hmm.
He gave all his documents, gave some more after they raided or searched Mar-a-Lago. He gave more documents to the Library of Congress. I have almonds here, and Roro keeps trying to play with them. You know, he's just giving them the crumbs, like as little as he can is what I'm getting. Like, so he's not elaborating on answers when they ask him a question, but he knows he's trapped. He knows there's unfinished work, that they're going to keep after him, and he's trying to get to calmer water. So he's trying to illuminate on what they ask, but he's not answering fully. He's causing himself more treachery. I get that there's more legal issues over money coming from him that he was personally involved in. And I'm getting that he's going to like get an action by the courts like really soon. Like he may be looking at an indictment and more investigations into him. There's a significant light being shown on him for a reason. He's one of the ringleaders. Want that card?
I get that there's a wise woman or an older woman, perhaps someone in a position of seniority or has some sort of legacy or something like that, that has the knowledge of the documents that are secret or classified. But the results are here, the documents are here with letter. Secret, classified. So, but those are the first three. A wise older woman, and then the letters. Now, I don't know if this is Liz Cheney or somebody else, but he did hand over. Remember before he stopped cooperating? He handed over everything and then said, "I'm not cooperating." There's something in that paperwork that's classified, or they were trying to keep hush hush, but there's a woman behind it. So I'm getting that there's this woman here that has something she knows of what he's hiding. So whoever that is. What were you saying, Jenny?
It's just funny that he turns over all his emails and documents and everything to the January 6th committee and also to the grand jury investigation. And then, oops, all of a sudden when Trump's home gets searched, I forgot, I got some more documents here, Library of Congress. It's like, dude.
It starts with loss in the Ten of Swords. And it's interesting here too. He's holding the hat of the Fool in this deck. It's kind of like your journey has come to an end, but a very nasty, violent end here. I think, grain of salt, hashtag grain of salt. I think that they have something very pressing that they can press upon him, and he is kind of slow walking it, but he's cooperating more and more. The Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands, there is a conversation coming up too. So I guess that's the one with the Jan 6. But he is in defense mode. He is not in a power mode at all. He is in a defense mode. Now, he is not completely helpless, though, either, because he does have what they want. But if you're going to Manafort it, then Manafort it and just go down with the ship. That's what he did because he didn't want to be erased. But he knows things and he's on the defensive, back against the wall type thing. So I think he kind of has to.
And here's the thing: what we saw on the live hearings from the committee, that's not everything that they have, because a lot of that stuff they cannot disclose to the public. So imagine the mountains of testimony and records and everything against Meadows that may have been provided. So we only saw like the tip of the iceberg to everything else the committee has,
So we'll go in that sphere still yet again and talk about Boom Boom Cannon, the judge.
I'm going to sit these out because I'm curious to see what you guys get, just simply because I did the tableau. So
was she aware of the January 6th plot? That's kind of came up in your tableau is she might have been aware, at least, that they may have been going in that direction of trying to overthrow this and overthrow that. And we may need to put some systems in place to where they have the soft landing in case of blah, blah, blah. So was she aware of the Jan 6 plot beforehand?
She was put in that position right after Election Day in November, like they were trying to get her in there just so they could run stuff through her courts.
And I'm remembering the heart of Donald Trump's grand tableau, and it's birds and woman, and then birds and cross. So that I'm just curious to see what you guys. Little Roro's over there inspecting your curtains, Jenny. She's like,
one day the whole thing will come.
And every day it's like, you'll hear a crash upstairs. It's like, oh God, what is that? What lamp to knock over? Every day.
Oh Lord.
Yep, he's corrupt. I get there was an agreement up front, and she had some knowledge of what was going on. There's going to be a light shown on her. There's going to be an investigation on her. She may also be involved a little bit with the fake electors, like trying to tamper the loss, to temper the loss, so to speak, to overthrow. Yeah, she's going to get trapped in some stuff. She's got knowledge. This is somebody that mulls things over. They've got knowledge. So, tower on the bottom. Sucks to be her.
Because Becca's tableau too sort of alluded to her, like her career being questioned or her judgments being questioned, and mine said the same thing too, and that's kind of what this says too. Because this isn't saying that anything about the Jan 6 thing. This says something else. But she is part of groups, of the big groups, of the big thing. Because the Jan 6 plot had pieces. It splintered. So you talked about this and we talked about that. Had a meeting with this person and organized this, push this over here, bring that, blah, blah, blah. It was all supposed to come together. And it did, but it failed. Thank you, June. And she is in, I bet you, $5.38 that she is in a paper trail somewhere.
I want to ask
this. Be lovely. Wouldn't that be lovely? Because do you need evidence to impeach her ass? If you got the paper trail, there you go. Boom, done.
I want to ask this. Is somebody telling her how to rule? Because she's looking so foolish that she's ignoring the law. Is somebody telling her, handing her, like, here's how we want you to decide this, and here's how you say it, and, get away with it?
It ended in the devil, too.
And if so, will that come out?
In my tableau that I had, it said that her past rulings would be called into question. Not that they could be overturned, but, if somebody is going, all the people, they're the reporters that hang out in your vents. they are going to find something to where she may have a pattern of abusive behavior, because that popped up in Becca's tableau too about abuse of power. So yes, let's see.
Let's see. Is somebody telling her every little move to make? Because she's Federalist Society and Ro.
Ro, what are you doing back there? Oh no, she's stuck. She's stuck in it.
I have to see both claws stuck before I have to peel her out. Kittens, get kittens, they said. They're so sweet and calm till they wake up.
Jump in the toilet and rip down your curtains. Break your Christmas tree.
Knock your books over. Knock it. They're now, because they're getting bigger, so they love jumping in the bathtub because they can get it. They figured out they can jump up in front of my TV, which is up on a high entertainment center. So they started jumping up there and they're looking at the TV. I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be like knocking the TV over one of these days, chasing an ice skater or something around.
Wouldn't that be kind of like insane? So not only all of Trump's lawyers having to get lawyers, but now a judge. Holy crap. I don't even think Nixon went that far, did he? People in Nixon's administration went to jail, but I don't think any judges got caught up in it, did they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he would one up Nixon.
I get somebody with a higher moral authority than her is doing all kinds of sneaky stuff with her and telling her how to complete her rulings and everything. And I get, giving her all the details. Someone quite powerful, higher than her. But I do get that there's going to be an investigation of her that changes everything and that she'll have to go away. But there's somebody higher up that tells her how to say it, what to do, probably like a Clarence Thomas kind of person. Tells her how to write her things so it's ambiguous.
Death and justice. First two cards. So yes, there will be some question placed on the Six of Swords for the judge. So she's going to have a very rough time over the next at least 6 months, if not longer. But she's going to have a very rough time because there's going to be a lot of scrutiny placed. You get the Three of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Hierophant, so her in a position of power. There's also a person here too who is aligned with her. The Three of Pentacles is a collaboration, and the Two of Cups is an agreement. So somebody that she was in agreement with or a collaborative effort with as well. There's going to be some problems with what was told and what was said, and it's hearsay, but there's still a lot of scrutiny put on it. The word of warning is the Ten of Cups. So again, with the groups, and yes, the Ace of Cups, there's a person that you may have some sort of ruling over, or some sort of, because mind you, she ain't been a judge that long. Mm-mm. And she probably would have 3 cases or whatever, but there's some person that comes forth that starts your scrutiny. But yeah. My second question then is, both of our tableaus also said that her job, she's not necessarily going to be fired or impeached or anything. Not necessarily, but she might. But something at the very least, it's talked about. It's put out there in the ether that maybe this is a person that needs to be withdrawn and taken off the bench and so forth and so forth. So what I want to know is, if there is a possibility for her being removed, what would it be for? Because right now she's got the document thing with the Trump and the washing his back type of thing. But between here and that actually coming up, she could be doing something else, or something else could pop up. So what would it be for if she was to be removed, or the calling of her removal was to happen?
I'm going to sit this one out too, but I just wanted to say, it's not just a misruling. It's She poked national security in the eye, our intelligence community,
And DOJ.
spit on the face of the entire intelligence community.
And the DOJ, which is, she took an oath of office to uphold the laws, and then said, well, the DOJ might be wrong. These may not be.
How do I know if they're classified? And there's a bunch of career retired people and a lot of current prosecutors that are like, that is a clear violation of her oath, just on her opinion that she wrote, because it's not even based on law, so it's like, girl, you picked the wrong fight. You picked the wrong fight for the wrong person too.
Okay. I get it's this still.
Mm-hmm.
You get it's this situation?
And it's going to come pretty quick on her too. Relatively speaking, in legal terms.
They told her in paper, right now you are affecting our national security. She's like, so what? How do I know those documents are? It's like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, for who she's working with and stuff, and people that are dissatisfied with her and want her out, want her put out. That puts her in defense mode, and it's timing is quick. Is really quick. I mean, this is her karma. They're coming after her like really, really soon, and that's going to be her legacy because of Trump. She's going to be looking at what she did in secret with him, so there'll be some sort of investigation. If there's a bribe or payout or something, the truth is going to come out about her.
And
this is a Christmas time card for me because it has a Christmas wreath on it. I feel like around Christmas.
When you just said secret, there was something that Trump's attorneys gave to her where they said that we can't talk about this right now. We need to do this in a private meeting. They put that on the paper. And then she took a private meeting with Trump's defense team, and it's like,
without the DOJ.
Yeah, what did you say behind closed doors, and what was so bad that his defense attorneys did not want to put it on paper?
And didn't want it discussed in front of the DOJ
prosecutors. Yeah.
I get this situation. Here's the documents, 4 of Pentacles again. There's the Ace of Swords, so you have access to those documents, the clarity, the truth type thing. The Star for the person at the center of attention there, also trying to gain or give someone hope as well. But this action is going to cause a lot of worry, and there's a lot of worry coming towards you with the Ace of Wands and the 9 of Swords.
I wonder if it would be like obstruction, because then she would be helping Trump obstruct DOJ and everybody else, right? Or am I just
there's groups right now that are trying to go after her, like to get her disbarred, which would get her off the courts. So it doesn't necessarily have to be impeachment. There's other ways to get her removed.
Because my grand tableau was showing some sort of disciplinary action, perhaps in regards to her ethics. And then letter was knighting down to Scythe. So if that's a certificate or a license, it's cut.
It's like you're 41 years old. You were made a federal judge, which was a lifetime position, and you screwed it all up for Trump. And you may not even be able to practice law anymore.
He doesn't even have experience in the courtroom because somebody dug up all of the paperwork from her Senate confirmation. She has literally, Jen, no experience at all. Zero experience.
It's practically an intern.
Basically.
All that money she spent on law school for nothing, because she'll end up not even being able to be a lawyer.
And then after this royal screw up, what firm is going to hire you after this?
Well, nobody will hire her if she doesn't have a law license.
Well, yeah, true. There's that. So I guess she'll go back to being a yoga instructor. So, I
want to ask, will she lose her law license? Because if she gets impeached as a judge, you better believe the Bar Association will probably look at her license. And they do have, for all judges, they have protocol ethics and stuff that they have to follow. The only court that doesn't have an ethics thing that's binding is the Supreme Court. That'll change down the road. They'll have an ethics committee. Will she lose her law license? Loose cannon. You're just going to get all the bad cards. And rather quickly, like something's coming in quick for her. It's coming pretty soon. It's like there's some kind of quid pro quo going on there, that she was doing with someone else in agreement with. Strength on that. And I get the investigation coming in on all the details, and she's going to get cut from her position first. And I get that's over the manipulation of things that affected our security. But I get, yes, she will lose her license because she's corrupt and doing things in secret and sneaky. And let's celebrate because she's going to lose her license. She'll be lucky if she doesn't go to jail.
I was she in danger right now, currently, of losing. And I get the Emperor, the Magician, the Ace of Swords. So there's your yes. But there's a very powerful man after you. So somebody with a possible vendetta to where they need to maybe teach you a lesson type thing because you may have crossed the boundaries, and the Emperor could represent military people. So maybe they are all getting together and saying this person's corrupt. They might do it again because I know she has to. Well, maybe not. I'm thinking she has to understand the implications of what she just did. But maybe not.
Maybe she doesn't. She just doesn't care.
Trump really doesn't hire the best people. He hires the stupidest ones he could possibly find.
I'm wondering, is there an organization that deals with ethics for judges, like a society of judges or something like that? Because that shows up in her grand tableau in the line right next to her. And it's clouds, lilies,
They've got an ethics review board because they all have to sign a code of ethics. They have a code of ethics for judges. That's
on the next column over from her. The top column across, it's forks, crossroads, rider, clouds, snake, whip, letter, and then tree. So it's like there's like an abundance of complaints, and maybe something to do with an organization or a community of well-respected, highly virtuous people that are just confused and just complain. Like what are you doing? But it appears to be more ethical people than her. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how that would work out. But I didn't, in the grand tableau, I didn't see it anytime soon. It takes a while, but the stuff starts rolling. So
yeah, and if she is disbarred or removed as a judge, then yes, every case she's oversaw and made a ruling on will come into question. Like people will be appealing all over the place.
Yep.
Well, speaking of being removed, one can only hope. Let's take them one at a time. Are there going to be any consequences for Abbott for his migrant stunt. Or what would the consequences be? Maybe there is none at all, because they plan to do it again.
Well, they're calling it trafficking, so and then there was some other legal thing they were calling it. Glenn Kirshner had a video on it talking about the Satan and Abbott. I forget what it was called, but anyway, section blah blah blah's code blah blah. there's a violation there. They didn't file any of the proper paperwork that has to go through immigration for these people, which
I just love these performative Christians, man. Like, I know the Bible says this, but we gonna do this.
Because that's what Jesus would do: put you on a bus, trick you, and take you somewhere you didn't know you were going.
Yep.
That's what we would do. Or a plane, actually. Any consequences? Thank you, Beatrice. Long time.
that smug little asshole is going to get his Hot Wheels deflated because I get, yes, somebody will come after him in the courts that see it very differently. I get there may be an action already in planning to be taken to put an end to this. I also get that he's going to be voted out.
Oh, please and thank you.
That's a big yes card. Like, they're just waiting to present it.
Just before you deflate his tires, can we please push him down a hill so he can play Mario Kart? That's the only thing.
Push him down on flat tires so it's like bah, 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 bah.
Mario Kart. I would pay good money to see that.
Y'all going to hell for that.
Yeah, he's on the rims. He'll be on the rims.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help us.
Yeah, we're going down.
I'm driving the bus, y'all, so I can take the HOV lane with you.
That bus is getting bigger and bigger. We got more people on it.
I get a yes. He's in danger. He's in danger right now.
Danger girl.
So.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, quit being petty. Okay, that's not what that is. Lord Jesus. Okay, I thought that was a wheelchair for a second. That's what it looked like. When you just glance at it, it looked like a wheelchair for me.
Even
okay,
the car's
anyway.
going to hell, Johnny.
There's the King of Pentacles and the Hangman. Something's caught up. This is coming at you very, 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 very quickly. The Knight of Swords brings an energy that you feel as though it's out of control because it's either difficult, as in extremely difficult, or it's impossible to control. The bull in the china shop. All you really need to do is get out of the way and wait for them to run out of steam. And then there's the Nine of Swords. It's truly out of control. So with the Nine of Swords, there's something that's going to cause a lot of stress and anxiety as well. This is coming very soon, as in it could be happening right now type thing. Because they troll maneuver, dump everything on a Friday. That way you can't respond for a whole 2 days. But there is something happening, and it may be happening right now. The Five of Cups, the World, and the Lovers. He may not say it, but this is actually going to cause some regret. This is not something he should have done, and this is going to affect something in the long run, in the big picture, with the World card too. Your word of warning is the Three of Pentacles. Whoever you worked with, you also drug into this, and they're not very happy. There's also some money you took from some people to do this, and it might have been public money. That's kind of one of the things too that is causing you a lot of consternation. The Three of Cups, the community. And the Hermit, you will be singled out and isolated. Now, mind you, the next person did it too, but you are going to be called to the carpet. And I hope Beto is writing 1,500 speeches right now and getting ready to pounce on this. And maybe when I did the reading on Beto, I said, this fool here, this Abbott, is going to do something and F it up so bad, and you're going to get looked like the hero.
You did say that.
So
and here we go. I mean, he can't take the taxpayer money and fix the electric grid, but he can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these buses, bussing them out, and
I read
planes.
that was taken from COVID relief fund.
Oh, good God.
COVID
That's
relief
federal
fund.
money then, isn't it?
They took it. That's what everybody on Twitter and everybody was saying. He took it from the COVID stuff, and they set aside $12 million for this relocation program. That's what they're calling it, a relocation program for immigrants. And then a bunch of armchair Twitter lawyers were getting on Twitter saying, well, that's against blah, blah, like mentioning the sections of the law, because it's federally illegal to take an illegal immigrant and then ship them across states. And then what was even worse, the lawyer for immigrant services in Martha's Vineyard, I don't know if I sent you guys the text, but she was doing a thing for the TV. When you're talking to the TV people, girl, they had DHS and ICE agents forging paperwork for these people.
And then they set up court dates for these people all over the country, like Seattle and all these places, and dump them off in Martha's Vineyard. Like, there's no way they can make their court dates
with falsified paperwork from ICE agents.
Yeah. So I want to know what's going to be the fallout from these people that work at the border over this. Is there going to be a massive cleanup of these agents and stuff? Because I guarantee you they sent them to Martha's Vineyard because that's where the Obamas are living now, part of the year. They like sending them to New York and sending them places where there's...
Because DeSantis sent them to the VP residence, didn't he?
Uh-huh. To Kamala's. He's trying to send a message to very high Democrats. It's like, wow. What idiots.
What do you want the VP to do about it?
Yeah, they're not happy about this. Anybody that was involved in this is going to face big changes and consequences, because there will be an action taken against them to protect America and our reputation as well. There'll be a whole bunch of new workers, a whole bunch, and it'll happen kind of quietly. But yeah, there'll be a whole bunch of new workers. There's going to be a bunch of people losing jobs.
I get there's a lot of people about to go talk to the bosses up at the very top of their institution. It puts this agency in public light, because there's the public, there's the agency, and then there's news here. So hearing news from the agency itself about the agents that falsified the paperwork, because I asked what happens to the agents that falsified paperwork, so
That's what I get. There is some higher ups here and some lower downs here. The Fool and the Hierophant. There's some conversations that have to be had. 3 of Wands and the 10 of Cups, especially about groups and groups that were involved. This is on its way, or it's happening right now. The Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. There is the transportation throughout America. So this is going to be scrutinized. This opens the door to other places and other people, because DeSatan and Abbott are sort of called to the carpet right now because this is recent, but this is going to open up the gates for other people too. Because somebody else, whether we've seen it on the news or not, also did this. At least that's what this says. So, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, and then the thought slipped my mind. So I'll probably think about it later when it has nothing to do with anything else.
Shall we look at the Satan too?
So the next one is him. What are the consequences for him, if any?
Becca, come get your children.
I remembered what I was going to say. The people on, reporters and stuff were on Twitter. The company that they used to fly them up there doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. The building is empty.
Oh, it was like a temporary.
The building is empty. That's what I was going to say.
Good old scheme and scam. Why
Well,
not?
and they sent a videographer with them, like so they could get stuff to show in campaign things,
But the company
and say,
that
look what
they
we did.
paid to charter those people up there, empty.
I mean, it's like Truth Social. The building is empty. Elvis has left the building.
That's my next question, then.
Will Elvis be the president? They like to bring people back from the dead.
He'll be the VP.
Under Kennedy.
Okay.
I can't imagine sitting around and just trying to think of the meanest, cruelest things I can do tomorrow. Like what's on the agenda tomorrow, guys? Yeah, he's gonna have legal problems. Yep, there you are. There's like a whole bunch of Republicans in his network that work closely with him. They're about to undergo big changes for the work they've done and get burdened by the courts. So that's like soon, and I get victory in the courts too. So the devil and the money behind it, the carrier also, whoever they got the private planes from or whatever, all of them going to end up with legal problems. And I'm getting that Christmas card again. Uh-oh, Roro.
Oh no! What are you doing, Roro?
She's like she's gonna jump.
For Rhonda's consequences, yes, it's about the money. The money, the business, the transactions. He might have gone shopping around too. So I get a yes. It's about the money though, for the money for the state, money for illness in the state, and also a business that's closed. A business that's closed. There's domestic there, his home state. Money for the state, money for illness. Yeah, it's around that. That's what I get.
I get King of Cups in the strength, so he starts here with a position of strength or in a position of strength, so he thinks he's okay there. Something changes that puts him in defense with the death and the 7 of Wands. Change with the death card is not little change, though. There is no bigger change than from life to death, so this is something big, something huge. And in his word of warning is the Queen of Swords. So either a woman specifically or some sort of lawyer brings a case. And the Knight of Pentacles, they get a victory it's not a victory in the case so much, it's almost like we get a victory in the case being heard. And so can this case go forward? Victory, yes, it can. So that's like the beginnings of it, not necessarily the end, because the judge is here in the end. So they make a ruling in that lawyer's favor.
Watch them start shopping around for Judge Eileen Lou Buchanan.
They're going to run everything through her court.
Yep.
So I have one more question on this. What else is going to come out about this? Are we going to find out who else was involved, what kind of money was paid, where they got the money from, where those people are, who those people are? Are we going to find out any more, like even shocking details? Maybe they've got some more people they're about to send somewhere. Or are we going to find out anything else?
Who flew the plane?
Because Abbott Reed seems to suggest that there's people involved that they're going to be dragging down with them that are not happy about it now because they thought this was like a one and done type thing.
They just thought it was a cute political stunt. That's all they thought. Because they weren't thinking. It's like, no, you just traffic people.
Show the Democrats are not tough on immigration. Okay. And for the record, there is an immigration issue, but that is not the way you solve it. Walls and hiding them is not what you do.
Yeah, kidnapping. That was one of the things Glenn Kirshner brought up. Kidnapping.
Because they didn't know where they were going. They were told one thing, and then
No wonder I can't remember what it was called. Kidnapping by inveiglement? Is that how you say it? I remember Glenn saying whatever it was, section blah, 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 code blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they tricked them. They hired some lady to go over there and gather them up saying, we have work for you. We'll get you your papers, yada, yada. So whoever that woman is, if she's going to be identified, she's in trouble too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They
weren't illegal immigrants.
They were seeking asylum, and look what they did. The entire Venezuelan community in Miami, I was seeing on Twitter, there's a man down there who's a business owner, and he did a press conference to tell the community, the Venezuelan community, that how disappointed and disgusted he is by the actions of Ron DeSantis. And I was like, as a first-generation Cuban American, my parents fled Cuba seeking asylum. My father was a political prisoner. Any damn Cuban American in Florida that's in favor of Ron DeSantis needs to have their asses shipped back to Cuba, because that's the same thing you ran away from.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-mm.
And then just to get here and vote for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with that Eileen Cannon. She's Cuban. Oh, but Castro's so bad, so you'd rather have Hitler? Like, make that make sense.
Yeah, the other thing is like Abbott putting them on these plane or on the buses and stuff. A lot of the people, by the time they get where they're going, they haven't eaten since 15 hours later. Same thing with the people in Martha's Vineyard. Like some of them hadn't had a meal since 6 a.m. And didn't care that the kids were hungry, but pro-life.
Pro-life. Maybe we should, take the immigrants and then ship books to Texas and Florida, because clearly they need a few of them. Ship some books over there.
I don't know. I just get a lot of Republicans that are going to be put in defense mode over this and causing all this strife and stress and everything. I get there's an abundance of people in the network, and there's going to be a lot of indictments over this because I just get all the legal cards over it. I get they've been watching him for a little bit, so I think they might have suspected, keep an eye on the Satan. There's something about the journey itself, though, the trip itself. So whether it's the plane or what happened to the people en route, there's something about the journey itself that's going to look pretty bad. And then all the fighting to get them to their courts and stuff, court dates, all the struggle.
I got the ring bouquet, moon, birds, and stars. We're going to possibly hear more about the agreements that were made. It's all a publicity stunt with Ring. moon, and stars. Because here's your fame and celebrity, but it was what was discussed, the meetings, the conversations that were had. Um, to
How
kind
much planning went into it?
because there's an agreement here. Um, the agreement to how to coordinate this thing so that they get maximum publicity for it and get the news cycle going. But there's something about a meeting or a phone call that was had. So, because you can't tell me these two jackasses didn't pick up the phone. Okay, let's do it on this day and da 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 da. They had to coordinate one way, shape, or form. And I wouldn't be surprised if they also have plans for other places too on the map, because it ends in stars. This would be a map. So there may be some communications in regards to the planning where they discussed where on the map they were going to send people. So
Look how big Skewy's getting. He's growing like every week. He's bigger. He's getting long.
I get the Page of Pentacles in the Eight of Pentacles first. There's agreement for work. So there's a document or a PayPal record. There's some sort of record for the chartered planes or the employments or something of that nature, because that has to do with the travel across America thing. Because there's a problem with the travel part. There, with the Knight of Wands is not just travel for me, it's relocation too. And then here is the fighting with the Five of Wands, and then that's my America card. So this may be highlighted that that's where they sent some, but they could be planning to do this again, or they sent some somewhere else and it just wasn't highlighted, or it hasn't been captured yet. But there was an agreement for work here. And then the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords. There's an ending to something is wrong about there might be something wrong about the whole situation, but logistics itself. It's almost like everybody that was moved was not part of the same group. That there's something else going on there too. And I don't know exactly what, but the Eight of Swords, it's almost like there's a restriction where these people were not supposed to be moved, of course. And then the Ten of Swords, something was overrode, overridden, moved aside, or completely ignored, or something murky. I'll leave that alone.
They're not typical, immigrants. They're asylum seekers.
they're asylum seekers. But here's my question. Didn't they go to Texas and then Abbott sent them to DeSantis and then DeSantis sent them to Martha's Vineyard? Because there was a coordination between those two little jackasses.
No, Abbott was sending them to like DC and Baltimore and stuff. He's been busting immigrants for a little while.
But I thought this recent one from Martha's Vineyard was a coordination between those two.
Well, I think they talked about we're going to send them to like Martha's Vineyard. We'll send them to Kamala's house in DC, and they're doing political stunt. Yeah. Some of these people had to go through as many as 10 countries to get here.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, Jesus.
Some needed health care, so
I saw in the chat there was one that was having diabetic complications. But the Bible says, and pro-life, and that's why you can't have an abortion, and we're going to take away your contraceptives. But let us kill a bunch of asylum seekers, because that's what Jesus taught. Like it's
who was a full-fledged immigrant.
They're saying in the chat, yes, they came from Texas. So Abbott sent them to DeSantis, and DeSantis shipped them.
Blew them up on.
And Jesus' mother was an asylum seeker. Turn her away. Why? Okay. Let's go.
Let's get really fetty now.
let's switch gears for Petty Boots. Put your boots in the chat if you're allowed to with your emojis right now. The president of the MAGA hats. He was not actually the president of the United States. The president of the MAGA hats, the tinfoiled army, said that he was knighted secretly by the Queen of England.
How fucking... I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry about my language. How embarrassing.
I was secretly knighted by the Queen of England. That's because she thought I was so great.
How
the queen that you walked in front of, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to walk beside, that you like turned your back to, which you're not supposed to do. And she had to walk around him because he's like this big lumbering.
And keep in mind, before you meet the Queen, there's a whole protocol they take you through. So, I mean, Gemini mind, maybe he didn't focus because I know I don't sometimes. But this is important. You represent an entire country and you're on the world stage. I need you to not be a buffoon, at least right now.
Johnny, you're asking for a tooth fairy and a unicorn.
She just died, and he's out there saying, "Oh, yeah, she secretly knighted me."
After every stunt that he has pulled to make sure that he's getting maximum publicity, we're all supposed to believe that all of a sudden he had this epiphany to be.
He took me in the private quarters and secretly knighted me.
That all of a sudden he's showing humility that, oh yes, I was secretly knighted. Are you kidding me right now?
Sir,
you are.
What was the nickname I gave him when we were reading on what's his DJ name at Mar-a-Lago? Because he's DJing, and I said Sir something a lot, Sir Flush a lot. So Sir Flush a lot. That's his night name.
and you know how we know that that's a lie? Because first of all, the Queen was petty as shit. Okay, so if she knighted him, he wouldn't have walked out of there because she would have taken that opportunity to chop off his head. I mean, I would have. If that hurt me. Oops, I slipped. I'm old. My arthritis. It got my hand. I'm sorry. What do you expect me to do?
Because here's my thing. You are arguably the most important figure in the world. Everybody knows you. Everybody's seen you. If the Queen of England is going to knight someone of that big of a deal, she's not going to do it secretly. That is not the behind closed door knighting of a person that you do.
She's not going to knight the president of the USA, but there are laws about that. We are not working for the Queen of England here. We left England.
And we start there.
That's how we started the country.
Oh,
yeah. So you're knighted, meaning you're going to do service to the Queen now.
So in his head movies, is this true?
I mean,
did he really get knighted by the? Because mind you, I said anybody could walk up to him and convince him of anything. Hey, Donald, you see that fire over there? It tastes like marshmallow. Go stick your head in it. He'd go do it. So it's like you can convince him of anything. In his head movie, did he get knighted by the Queen in secret?
They have knighted some people from the U.S. or that live here now.
Didn't Elton John?
Not the president of our country. Hello, we are not in service to the UK.
Yeah, that's why we fought the War of Independence, y'all. But of course, his base doesn't know that. It
would be treason to be knighted by.
Because mind you, it's one of those things. She just passed away, so he wanted it to be about him. Oh, that's what you did. Oh my God.
That is the most. I mean, I have the worst secondhand embarrassment, dude, because it's not just your idiot supporters. It's the entire world looking at you going, what a jackass. What a piece of crap.
So does he believe it, or is he just saying it because he knows he'll get attention from his...
Does he believe it? I gotta know.
He wanted attention. But see, the whole problem, the core of the problem is overseas, hell, here, not even overseas. We even got to leave the country. Everybody is looking like, what are y'all doing over there? That's like, he was there for 4 years, and you thinking, what happened? Obama, 8 years. Yes, we can. What happened?
He's just being irrational, and the loser is running his mouth. His secret knighthood thing. It's just the devil talking.
I didn't get a yes or no. I got he is chemically and emotionally highly unbalanced. I get the temperance. The temperance is healing after trauma. Justice is your balance card. There's a Six of Cups, childlike mind. This is not the type of person you give the car keys, matches, or the presidency of the United States.
Johnny, those cards are beautiful.
And don't ask me the name because I don't.
No,
Stephanie, are you still here, Stephanie? Stephanie knows the name because she just posted a walkthrough of these cards.
I just like the colors on them. They're so pretty.
For the life of this Cyril Marchetti.
It looks
Yeah.
like it's artwork. Yeah.
Stephanie is Trillium Tarot. So if y'all haven't checked out her channel, she does a lot of deck walkthroughs, and she also does a lot of crystal walkthroughs.
She's saying Mystic Palette by Ciro Marchetti. It's
Thank you.
so pretty. It's so pretty.
It is. And you can have it, what you call it?
Personalized.
There you go. Because I was going to say customized, but that's not the word I was looking for. But yes, thank you. Okay. So let's do one more.
Astanya was giving a good point. She says, yeah, and he was in the White House last week. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
With Mark Zuckerberg, wasn't he?
Having lunch with Zuckerberg.
In the White House. At a rally. He said that. And those idiots at that rally were probably like, yeah, because he's really the president.
These people with flags in their hair. I forgot. I think it was the Young Turks played a video or Damage Report or something. This woman with flags in her hair and drove like 5 hours to be at the Ohio rally and everything. It's like, oh my.
Where is his kids at? Ain't nobody come say, you okay? What's happening?
It's a cult. It is a cult.
She goes around to all his rallies. She plans. I'm like, who's got the money and time to do that?
And especially a
Are you
woman.
not
Why
working?
I don't get that part.
A cult fanatic. It's a cult fanatic.
God, dog. So one more, since he was knighted by the Queen of England. Maybe he went to Claire's. You know how they pierce your ears in Claire's. Maybe that's where he was, and he thought because the woman's name was Elizabeth, and she gave him one of these businesses. He thought he was knighted. I don't know, but is there one day going to officially be? Because there is actually already. It's his birthday. Officially be a Trump day.
Will there be an official?
We were talking about Pirates Day. Like, why do we celebrate pirates, criminals?
Criminals.
So will there officially be a Trump criminal day one day?
At least they're criminals now.
I mean, we have Lincoln's birthday. We have Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But we don't tend to honor criminals. We don't have a Benedict Arnold Day. Although maybe we should to remind our country of.
I mean, we do have a Columbus Day, so there you go. 1, 2, 4, 5. We need a Harriet Tubman Day because she was supposed to be on our $20 bill, Steve Mnuchin.
As they say, the only difference between Trump and Jim Jones is Trump would charge for the Kool-Aid.
True. And then give you ice water.
Yeah, a lot of Kool-Aid.
Or a glass of bleach with ice cubes, so you don't get COVID.
Well, this bleach is spicy. Drink it down.
Drink down that bleach for the COVID, for the disease that you don't think is real, but drink it anyways.
The thief on the bottom. The thief.
Oh, I can't believe. And mind you, the Center for Disease Control. What is the other thing? The poisoning hotline thing. Yeah. People were really doing it.
And that's what I don't understand, Johnny. That's what I don't understand. You have had bleach in your house for eons. When did you ever think it was a good idea to take that shit and chug it down your throat because the idiot that's guarding the White House told you to do it? Never had that ever crossed their minds. And all of a sudden it's like, that sounds like a great idea. God, even though it says, do not drink. And if you do, call this number.
Okay, so Spirit's getting a little petty here with me. It's like, you can change one that you already have that's a strong holiday. It's Mental Health Day, where we clarity. But, there is a potential maybe to have some sort of defending the devil day.
Don't bring me into this. I did nothing wrong. If anything, I am the scapegoat. I don't tell you people to do bad things. You do that all on your own.
So we could change the name of National Mental Health Day on our calendars to Trump Day.
So I got man, ring, and tree. If he gets a day, it'll be one that he gives to himself. But like Jen said, it could also be around something that is health related.
Health related.
Because there's the man, there's the commitment, and then there's health. So it might be, dementia day, Alzheimer's day.
Committed to a mental health hospital day.
So, yeah.
I get
of people with mental illness that's not. But this one, he's in a league of his own. So.
I mean, it could be used as a reminder to make sure to pay attention to those around you that have mental health issues.
Yeah.
And don't vote.
The Ace of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, it is possible, but it will be highly, 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 highly disputed. And it's something that some people celebrate and some people will not, kind of like now. But if he gets one, it will be because he went home to Jesus, because you have the Star and the Judgment card. And so if he went home to meet with Jesus, then we'd have a day for him. It'd be the day he died. God bless his soul and all that there.
Oh, hell no.
I could see
if I say God bless his soul, don't follow up with hell no.
Celebrating the day he died. I could see that.
And here's the thing, they better not announce where they put his where they laid him to rest.
I want them to, because
which
I will at that very moment I will go get a dog just so he can piss all over his.
Don't tell Johnny which golf course he plants himself in.
Because I'll be right there. Since Johnny don't drive, I'll call him Johnny. I'm going to come pick you up. We're going to take a trip.
Road trip.
That
would be good. April Fool's Day, because he does show up as the fool.
There's the fool. Okay. Thank y'all for coming out, hanging us out with us. All 2,000 of y'all. Lord Jesus.
No, we're not screwing up October on Halloween Day. No, Trump does not get Halloween Day.
No. Babyhead has something to say about that, so we can. So we'll see y'all next week on Jen Lynn's channel, and I will see y'all tomorrow for the nightly live.
Those are fun of you guys. I'm sure everybody in the chat watches them, but they're super fun. Hang out with little Johnny.
I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.